I want to show a trick that I found that allows you to sync the Electro Harmonix 22500 looper with external gear that accepts clock sync signal. Something like a drum machine or a sequencer, or in this case, my Skulpt synthesizer. I have tried this with a pocket operator that I borrowed from a friend, and that worked great, but I haven't had access to any other gear. But in theory, this should work with any clock sync compatible device. What I've done is I've made a custom rhythm track called Rhythm Track 20 in this case, and when you turn it on, you'll hear a click track. All the rhythm tracks of the 22500 looper are stereo tracks. So in this case, I have made a rhythm track that has different audio on its right and left channels. So the left channel is what we're hearing now. It's just a basic click track to sort of help you keep time. And then on the right output, or the right channel, I have loaded or recorded the sync signal that the Skulpt sends out to other devices. And I have put that on the right channel of the rhythm track. So that's being fed out into Skulpt itself. Now this does mean that you cannot record or get stereo output from the looper anymore, because the right output is occupied. You could still record audio into it, but you won't be able to hear it. It also means the only way this will work is for the looper to be your master clock device. But you could send this sync signal from the Skulpt at least to other devices as well. So let's turn this off. And what I often like to do is have something like an arpeggiator playing when building a loop. But if we go back, just to show how this works in practice, if we go back to the original click track that comes preloaded on the looper, which is really loud, so I'm going to have to turn down the levels a bit. It sounds like this. And if we have our arpeggiator we can try to maybe adjust the tempo and try to make it fit somewhat, but it's very finicky and it's very imprecise, and it doesn't always work. You could build a loop with this as your main rhythm track, but that's very non-flexible or inflexible. So actually, let's keep this playing. Let's move to my custom rhythm track now, the Rhythm Track 20. And once we turn this on, or we have to turn up the volume a bit. It needs quite a lot of volume for the Skulpt to hear the signal, but I've turned down the volume on the click track, so it won't be super loud when we're playing it. So 55 is the volume it needs to be at. So once we turn this on, bam, it's hearing the tempo. And can be adjusted accordingly. So when I adjust the tempo of the looper, the tempo of the Skulpt is also being adjusted, or the arpeggiator. So yeah, that's it. I think it's a pretty neat trick. It allows you to do quite a lot of different things, to add more dynamics, or use the sequencer of the Skulpt, for instance, as a third loop track when making your loops, and it sort of allows you to be more dynamic when working with a synthesizer and a looper. So I hope this solves some frustrations you might have had already. And the 22500 is a wonderful looper, and I love being able to sort of add it to my mix. It's very musical in the way you can have two separate loop channels or loop tracks that are independent and can play in different speeds, but also be quantized or synced with each other. It's a really neat and nice little looper. So I am going to leave you now by playing some music. I'm going to improvise a quick loop to show you how I might do this when building a loop or sequence normally. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Yeah, I got a bit carried away, so I just cut it out there. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this is a helpful trick, something you can use in the future for your music making or building your loops or adding whatever equipment you want to this looper and still keep it in time. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to clarify. The rhythm tracks that I've made and use here are, there's a link to download them in the description. I've also made a quick little write-up or article where you can read how to make this work or even make your own rhythm track using this method. So again, thank you so much for watching and bye.